US Fed tightening, will it happen in 2016?
It is more likely that I will be selected to play for my beautiful country Denmark at the age of 50 than the US is going to hike interest rates.
On the ECB, sovereign bond purchases have been mooted in the market as a potential to go and increase the balance sheet due to lack of alternatives elsewhere. Will that occur?
It will, in my opinion, only occur if Draghi is not president of ECB. And I think there is not a 50-50, but a 25% chance that Draghi will retire early and go home and be president of Italy, where they need him by July 1st next year, because the present president, Napolitano, wants to retire. And secondly, Renzi, running a minority government, will want to have support for that program. It makes perfect sense in a game theory that Draghi leaves. If Draghi leaves, the odds of going full quantitative easing increases, because I think the only way you get the Germans and even the French to agree right now is having either a French, but preferably a German, at the head of the table in ECB. So in a typical economist version, yes and no, depending on the path. But okay. I think it's likely in 2016, only because I think the risk, the outlook of Draghi leaving is actually pretty high.
Okay, fantastic. One more. Abenomics, the BOJ obviously surprised the market a couple of weeks back by increasing the size of their QQE program. Will Abenomics work?
I think it's ironic. It's called QQE, quality quantitative easing. It's a contradiction in terms of itself. I think the best way to answer your question is really to use a headline from the Economist, the newspaper, who said that what they're applying is a bigger bazooka. And having a son in the Danish military, I can tell you that bazooka is probably one of the most imprecise weapons you can use. And what we heard over the course of this week, of course, is that this third arrow we've been waiting for, all of us, is never going to come, because it seems like now they're delaying the ultimate and final hike in VAT, and even potentially calling an early election. So the third arrow was never ever going to be played, in my opinion. And now the market is rallying on the fact we're not getting it, which is slightly ironic, because it actually have exactly the opposite consequences long term. The Abenomics was never, should never ever had a different name, because what they've done is they have spent money they didn't have fiscally, and they're printed money they're never going to be paying back. If that's Abenomics and a new way of doing things, for me, it's exactly what they've done the last 30 years, and exactly the reason why they never gone out of the mess they're in the first place.